Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Friday, April 18th of 2025. So I say happy Good Friday to everybody. So I am going to be setting up my kitchen table for spring Easter. Yesterday I made my nice floral arrangement. I'm going to set this here. And then this morning I was going through some boxes. My dishes are over here now. But I found this place setting for $4. It's a nice pink color. It's probably hard to see, but yeah, so it's got like a floral. I think it might be like a poppy or a daisy or something. Maybe I think more like a poppy on here. So I've got the small saucer, the large plate, and the cups. I couldn't find the bowls. I know I have got bowls, but again, like I'm still, unpacking, so I haven't come across them. I think I know where they are. I just can't believe I know where they are. Can't get to them today, but maybe the next day or two I can get down there. And then the tablecloth that I've got on my table, it's a nice one, but it needs to be washed. And then I recently had gotten this tablecloth at Value Village for like $2 or $3. I can't quite remember. It had some stains on it. I worked hard. I did get a lot of the stains out. So I was saying if I couldn't get the big stain out, I was going to like maybe stain it so it would be like an off-white. But I think I got most of the stains out, and where they are, they're probably, once they're not in the center of the tablecloth, they're more to the sides. And I think if I find the larger ones, put them so they drop to the back of the table, you're not going to notice them. With a table runner and napkins and placemats and things and dishes, you're probably not going to see all the stains. I also have this nice Easter table runner I got a few years ago, and it would have been from Marshall's Winners HomeSense, one of those ones, for around $20, maybe $25 at the most. Then I have this other smaller little table runner here. It's got the little bunny on it. This one was also from HomeSense, Winners, Marshalls. This one I probably paid, about $15 or so for it. Then I have a bunch of these placemats, and I do not remember where I got them. I've had them, quite a few years now. Just after a few years, you kind of forget where you've got them. I don't think they were from the dollar store, Dollarama. They could have been. I don't remember. I'm trying to think. So it would be like, HomeSense, Winners, Marshalls, Dollarama, maybe the liquidation place, one of those type of stores. I honestly do not remember where I bought them, and I've got 8 of them. Maybe they were from Winners, HomeSense, because they do look like a lot better quality than the dollar store. But, probably in a pack, probably were if they were a pack of 4 and I bought 2 packs. That would make sense. So, or maybe Walmart? I don't remember. Just one of those things. After a few years, you kind of forget where you purchase your stuff and how much you paid. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take off the tablecloth that's on here. Just trying to find a place to set this stuff down. Now, this tablecloth I've had 20-something years. My husband worked for people, and they went home to India, and they want to bring me back something. And I said they didn't need to bring me anything, but they really wanted to. So I said, how about a tablecloth? So this tablecloth was from, from India. Like I said, 20-something years ago. I'm trying to remember. See, my son is going to be 20 and about 2-ish, 3 weeks, something like that. And then I'm trying to remember. So my oldest girls, they are 22 and 23. So they were just, little. So a good 20 years, probably getting close to 22, 23 years old. And it's still like in really good shape. I take good care of this stuff. So does have some stains on it over the years. That does happen, but I do love it. I'm just going to throw that on the floor over there because it's got to get washed. And I'm just going to spray my table with this lemon furniture polish. I don't know, this is like a wood veneer type stuff. I don't know, but I do find that this polish stuff does keep the table looking nice. I don't have a lot left. In fact, I thought it was empty when I was working on my china cabinet earlier today. But it seems to have just enough left. I can get this done. I'm just going to find excuse me. I just got to find a little cloth here. When I do this, I always go with the grain, never against the grain. Even with the fake plasticky pretend wood, I always just find it just really helps to protect it. And if you go with the grain, you know, it's less likely to leave streaks, or at least more noticeable streaks. And I know I've got to do all my chairs. They need a good cleaning. So does the bottom part of my table, but I'll do that later, just not right now. So now I will put this tablecloth on. So I just got to figure out where this biggest part of the stain is. Oh. Big chunk of dryer lint. There we go. Yeah, I've got a big stain. I can see it right there, so that must be it. So if I get it closer to the back. Oh, there's a little rip in the tablecloth there. I never saw that before. So don't know when that happened. But I think I was more concentrating on this, removing the stain versus any rips or tears. But again, it's, you know, a couple dollars from Value Village. Do that. That looks nice. More of this dryer lint stuff. Then I'm going to put this larger table runner on. You think you've got it centered, and then you pull the everything. Okay. Now, sometimes the table runner will go above or below the plastic. I think I'll put these ones below the plastic, just because we've got the animals, and my cats do jump on the table. Like I said, we did have them where they were eating at the table because there was nowhere else for their food dishes. So they still occasionally jump up on the table. So I'm hoping if I actually get dishes set up here, that's going to prevent them from continuously doing that. And this goes on top. I did wash this plastic off last night because I thought I was actually going to get a chance to do my table last night, but I kind of ran out of time. So I didn't get that far yesterday. So now one thing is, when I do fold this stuff, I always try to find the center lines. So this plastic has a center crease, my tablecloth has a center crease, and the table runner has a center crease. And that just really helps me to be able to line up. As long as I get one of, the tablecloth in the center of the table, I can line up everything else. Just gonna pull this forward. I got it too much forward now. Like I said, as long as I get those center creases lined up, getting the rest of this centered is really easy. Okay. There. And now I just need 4 of these. I just want to find ones that just well, the pattern is a little more similar. Let's see. There. I'll use these ones. I like this. Okay. Just trying to figure out why this isn't quite centered. Thought it was. Okay, my table runner. When I played around with the plastic, I pulled it crooked. Put this back on the center of the table. But now I think my kitchen table is all set for spring and Easter. I mean, there's only me, my husband, and one daughter living at home, so I don't need to set the whole table. It's just a small setting of 4. I kind of like this. And I do have my napkin holder. I've just got to figure out where I put that. I just had it the other day. So I'm going to go grab the napkin holder and fill that with the napkins, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my little napkin holder here, and it had napkins from last Easter. So I got these ones here that say Happy Easter in several languages, as well as just these plain yellow ones. But these are the ones I just bought yesterday. So I'd like to put these ones out. I'm just wondering how it's going to look on that, or if I just want to put them directly on the yellow. I think I kind of like them, just the yellow ones. So I'll just put the yellow napkins there, and then these ones like this. Set this here. Then I've got my little salt and pepper shaker, which needs to be wiped off. It's got something sticky on it here. And then one of the little foxes lost his bow, so I'm going to have to reattach the bow to go find my glue. I'll just set my salt and pepper shaker over here. The napkins there. So now I've got my table all set up for spring and Easter. When I was downstairs grabbing the napkin holder, I also looked for the bowls because I knew kind of where they were downstairs. They're not there anymore. So this is as good as I can put things. Actually, I do have smaller bowls. I wonder if they would work for now. Just give me one moment. All right, so what I actually found in my china cabinet is I've got the salad bowl and the 4 smaller little bowls or dessert bowls or whatever. So I'm going to wash these, and I think they'll look good here. They fit. They're going to look cute. And then I can just have this bowl sitting here, and I've got some candy or something I can just pour in here for now. So I'm just going to go wash these bowls, and then I will be right back. All right, so it didn't take too long, just drying the last bowl. Now this has this little oval pattern, but it looks like an egg, which is perfect for Easter. And then I've got this. I don't really have any candy to fill this dish with today, but I do have this little candy jar here. It's got the lid. My brother and his wife went to the Philippines for their honeymoon. So I got this candy from the Philippines. So not a lot. I'm just going to dump it in here and kind of just, fills up the bowl a bit. I'm just going to move these around. I can do that later, so you can kind of, packages aren't upside down, just kind of spread some of the smaller pieces around between all the larger ones like that, and set that on the table. Move this other bowl out of my way. And I think my kitchen table is now set for Easter. So there we go. So place setting for 4. Like I said, there's only 3 of us living here. And then, the napkin, salt and pepper, and a little candy dish. And then the Easter floral arrangement I did yesterday. So there to go. I do have napkins. I just don't have cloth napkins. I just don't have them right now. The ones I found this morning were Christmas. So I will look for my lace napkins and get them on the table too when I find them. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.